Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Hello, I'm Bronze, Director of the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. And today on Shop Tips from a Cat, we're going to try and find some way to control the dust coming off this belt sander, even if there's nothing we can do to control the noise. This is the Ryobi 4x36 belt sander. It's a rescue, which is to say I got it from the bargain bin at Home Depot. It had been a display unit. Some small parts missing, but that wasn't really a problem. When I got it home to the old lab, where it was used mostly outdoors, first thing I discovered was this table here could not be adjusted square with the belt. Ended up having to take it off, grind the slot a little bit bigger, then weld another nut on the inside and drill a hole so that a bolt could actually hold it in place. That's a whole other story there. But when we moved into the new facilities, which are all indoors, very grateful for that. When it rains, I don't care. And the first time I put a piece of wood on here, the atmosphere quickly became toxic with the dust. I had to do something. So I figured, no big deal, just hook up the vacuum system. The dust control system starts with PVC pipe using sewer connectors going around to a Chinese knockoff Dust Deputy Cyclone type dust separator, and it's all powered by a Dayton shop vac. And since the dust that comes out of this sander is the finest of anything in the shop, there's also a vacuum cleaner bag adapted over to the shop vac exhaust. But even with the vacuum system hooked up and working perfectly, more than half the sawdust came out the back of the thing, never even got near the vacuum hose. It's easy to see why, because any sawdust that doesn't just fall off, turn itself in, and surrender to the vacuum, just flies out the back here. So my idea is to make some kind of a shield or a shroud on the back here to try and capture more of that sawdust and direct it back into the vacuum where it belongs. I'm going to take some measurements here and see just how close I can get into the belt without restricting it. The lab's CAB Design Center is probably one of the most convenient things that I've put in here. Because it's so nice to be able just to run over here and knock out a quick sketch and know that you've got all the dimensions pretty much true. And cut this out, see how it fits, make one for the other side, and we'll be able to cut it out of our final material. It's kind of immoral to spend money on these kinds of projects. So most of the material for this project is coming from this old sign that was the business in this space before the lab moved in. It's 3/16 acrylic, and it does have this nice green applique on it, which is pretty close to lab green, so I'm leaving it. And it's easy to cut on a table saw and on a bandsaw. Now to put it all together, I made this simple L bracket with a rabbet joint at the bottom of it. And the shield on this side gets screwed directly to it. And I've drilled two holes and tapped them for 10 by 24 screws. Inside this case is basically hollow. There's really nothing in there. You just have to be careful your screws don't go down far enough to hit the motor. which is directly underneath here. And this piece has to be made removable. It will be taken off anytime you've got to change the belt. So the bolt holes here are made oversized and slightly slotted. And it's held on with just a pair of wing nuts. And so now, we'll have to test it out and see if we keep the dust from flying over everything on this side of the shop. Okay, this has passed Ruidomo's final inspection. He thinks it works fine, and I have to say I think it does too. So this is Bronze Age, directed at the Secret Underground Laboratory. Thanking you for watching our newest shop tips from a cat video. We'll have more coming out soon. Really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. We have quite a few more videos in process right now. We'll be getting them out as fast as we can. So thank you very much.